Israel by former Israeli ambassador to the United States, former deputy minister in the Netanyahu fourth government, Michael Oren. Dr. Oren, welcome. What happened? What does it mean?
Well, nobody knows just yet. That's the bottom line, because they're still counting the votes. About 90% of the votes have been counted. And with that 90% counted, Netanyahu and the right-wing bloc may still be a seat or two short of the 60-61 majority they need to form a government. Remember, 120 seats in Knesset. You need at least 60. That's not a very functioning government at 60. 61 is barely functioning. I was a member of a government of 61. I'll tell you, you don't sleep, you don't drink, you don't have bodily functions because the opposition does filibusters all night long trying to bring down the government. But that could actually form a government, but nobody knows just yet. Nobody knows what Victor Lieberman is going to do with his 6, 7, or 8 seats, whether he'll join Netanyahu or whether he'll agree to join any coalition that has ultra-Orthodox parties in it. He's against those parties.
Is the 10% that is outstanding likely to change the seat count, which is at 59 for the Likud-led bloc at this point?
Well, for example, the soldier vote hasn't been counted, and the military vote, as in the United States, tends to be right of center. And so the greater chances that the military vote would redound to Bibi's benefit and could add another seat or two. But I think the biggest chance for Netanyahu to form a government will be through defections through Blue and White. Remember, Blue and White is not a real party. It has no ideological coherence. Its only organizing theme is to take down Bibi Netanyahu. And there are elements in that party, members of that party, who are ideologically closer to the Likud than they are to the left. So it wouldn't be that difficult for them to move over.
Now, that's what I expect will happen, but you've got to explain something. I follow this fairly obsessively for an American who's not Jewish, but I was reading Haaretz last night, and the bitterness in the columns of that newspaper is not unlike that which was felt in media elites across the United States in 2016. What gives? Why are they so bitter?
Well, because they'll do anything to take down Netanyahu, but the dynamic is very, very similar, Hugh, and that is that the Israeli electorate has been hearing about these accusations against Bibi for years now. They've grown accustomed to them. They've grown accustomed to the notion that he's going to defend himself in court. They've grown accustomed to the fact that the court cases will take years to adjudicate, and that generally speaking, the economy is good, security is good. As I've said on this program many times, it's always premature to eulogize Benjamin Netanyahu. And he comes back, and he comes back. He's a fierce political fighter. It turned out that Benny Gantz was possibly also being investigated for malfeasance in a business deal before he ran for office. So that really hurt his campaign, which was based all on the fact that he was upstanding on his that he was the probitious candidate vis-a-vis Bibi. It didn't hold up. And what's really amazing here, to my mind, is that Israel goes to the polls again, all right, for a third round, and it's the highest rate of voting we've had since 1999. Now, that's impressive.
Yeah, I can't imagine that the former conservatives who don't like Netanyahu want to force a fourth election, do they? I mean, I can't imagine it.
Well, he keeps on going up, not down. I think the fourth election would give him a bigger majority at this point. So, it didn't work, and that the effort to bring down Netanyahu failed. It simply failed. And that is incontrovertible, Hayom. We don't know whether he can form a government yet, but the attempt to take him down patently failed.
What are the prospects for the Trump peace plan? Are they improved by the result last night, or are they more distant than ever?
I think both parties, both Blue and White and Likud, had embraced the Trump peace plan as the only realistic plan that has been tabled. In my memory, certainly since the Oslo Accords of 1993, it's the only realistic plan. And I don't think that would have changed. I think there's not many changes in basic policy, certainly vis-a-vis Iran, our security environment, Gaza. But I think, to my mind, the most significant thing going on politically today in Israel is not in Israel. It's Super Tuesday in the United States. And, you cannot rule the possibility that Bernie Sanders may win these primaries, that he may be the Democratic candidate, that he might even win the election. I know it's a small case, but if that's the case for Israel, that is a game changer for us strategically.
Okay, very, very quickly, do you predict the government will be formed now, finally?
I do.
Thank goodness, Michael, because then we can return to Iran policy and not guessing about whether Likud gets to 60. Michael Oren, thank you for calling in from Israel this morning to give us the latest at 59 and counting. Don't go anywhere, America. It's the Hugh Hewitt Show.